Unexpected arrival. The night sky of the New Mexico desert erupted in a brilliant flash of light. A streaking fireball tore through the atmosphere, leaving a trail of sparks in its wake. To the casual observer, it might have seemed like an unusually large meteor, but Dr. Jack Harrison knew better. His instruments at the Skywatch Observatory had been tracking this anomaly for the past hour, and its trajectory was far too controlled to be a natural phenomenon. Jack's heart raced as he grabbed his equipment and rushed to his old pickup truck. Years of studying the stars, searching for signs of extraterrestrial life, had led to this moment. He wasn't about to let it slip away. As he sped down the dusty road, following the coordinates on his GPS, Jack's mind whirled with possibilities. First contact. The thought both thrilled and terrified him. He dedicated his life to the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, enduring ridicule from his peers and sacrificing personal relationships. Now, on this ordinary Tuesday night, everything was about to change. The impact site came into view as Jack crested a hill. A deep furrow had been carved into the desert floor, ending at a smoking crater. In the center lay a sleek, silver craft unlike anything he'd ever seen. Its surface was smooth and seamless, with no visible seams or rivets. It was clearly the product of technology far beyond human capabilities. Jack approached cautiously, his scientific curiosity warring with his sense of self-preservation. As he neared the craft, a section of its hull suddenly shimmered and became transparent. Jack gasped as he saw movement inside. A figure emerged, stumbling slightly as it stepped onto Earth for the first time. Jack's breath caught in his throat. The alien was humanoid in shape, but that's where the similarities ended. Its skin was a deep, iridescent blue that seemed to shimmer in the moonlight. Large, almond-shaped eyes dominated a face that was at once alien and strangely beautiful. The creature took a few unsteady steps, then collapsed to the ground. Without thinking, Jack rushed forward to help. As he reached the alien's side, those large eyes locked onto his, filled with a mixture of fear and confusion. "It's okay," Jack said softly, knowing his words wouldn't be understood, but hoping his tone would convey his intentions. "I'm here to help." The alien's eyes widened, and to Jack's astonishment, it spoke. The words were unlike any language he'd ever heard, a series of melodic clicks and whistles. But beneath the alien sounds, he could have sworn he heard something else, a whisper in his mind, conveying meaning beyond the strange syllables. "Where am I?" The thought formed in Jack's mind, though he knew he hadn't actually understood the alien's speech. "Earth," Jack replied, pointing to the ground. "You're on planet Earth." The alien's expression shifted, a look of dismay crossing its features. It tried to stand again but stumbled, clearly injured from the crash. Jack instinctively reached out to steady it, and was surprised by the alien's warmth and the silky texture of its skin. "My name is Jack," he said, placing a hand on his chest. "Jack Harrison." The alien seemed to understand the introduction. It mimicked the gesture, placing a six-fingered hand on its own chest. "Zara," it said, the name clear even through the alien intonation. As Jack helped Zara to a sitting position, he noticed a dark liquid seeping from a gash on the alien's leg. "You're hurt," he said, reaching for his first aid kit. "Let me help you." Zara recoiled slightly, eyeing the kit with suspicion. Jack held up his hands in a placating gesture. "It's okay," he said. "Medicine. To help." He minded wrapping a bandage around his own leg. After a moment's hesitation, Zara nodded, allowing Jack to examine the wound. As he cleaned and bandaged it, Jack marveled at the alien physiology. The blood was a deep purple, and the muscle structure beneath the skin was fascinatingly complex. "Thank you," Zara's thought voice whispered in Jack's mind. The alien's large eyes studied him intently, as if trying to reconcile Jack's kindness with some preconceived notion. "You're welcome," Jack replied. "Can you tell me what happened? Why did you crash?" Zara's expression darkened. "Malfunction, sabotage, not sure." The disjointed thoughts flowed into Jack's mind. "Must return. Warn others. Warn them about what? Jack asked, a sense of unease growing in his gut. Before Zara could answer, the alien craft behind them emitted a high-pitched whine. Lights flickered across its surface, and for a moment, Jack feared it might explode. Instead, a holographic display sprang to life above the ship, showing a star map that Jack didn't recognize. Zara struggled to stand, moving towards the display with urgency. Jack supported the alien's weight, helping Zara reach the ship. As they neared, the hologram shifted, zooming in on a particular solar system. Jack's eyes widened as he recognized the configuration of planets. "That's our solar system," he breathed. "Earth." Zara nodded grimly. "Target," came the thought, laden with a mix of emotions Jack couldn't quite decipher. "Target? What do you mean, target?" Jack asked, his scientific excitement giving way to a creeping dread. Zara turned to face him, those alien eyes filled with a sorrow that transcended species. "I was sent to scout, prepare, but now," the alien gestured to the crashed ship. "Plans changed. Must warn both sides." Jack's mind reeled. "Both sides, you mean? Earth is in danger?" Zara nodded slowly. "And my people, not what I thought. Lies. Deception." The alien's voice was tinged with bitterness and betrayal. The implications of Zara's words hit Jack like a physical blow. Earth was being targeted by an alien civilization, and this scout, this advanced agent, had been betrayed by their own people. It was almost too much to process. A distant rumbling drew Jack's attention. Dust clouds rose on the horizon, vehicles approaching. The crash had not gone unnoticed, and now others were coming to investigate. Jack knew he had precious little time to act. "Listen, Zara," he said urgently. "More humans are coming. Some of them might not be as open-minded as me. We need to hide you and your ship." Zara looked at the approaching dust clouds, then back at Jack. The alien seemed to be weighing options, deciding whether to trust this strange human who had shown unexpected kindness. Finally, Zara nodded. "Help me, please." Jack didn't hesitate. He helped Zara back to his truck, doing his best to conceal the alien under a tarp. Then, using a winch and every ounce of his strength, he managed to drag the surprisingly light alien craft onto his truck bed, covering it as best he could. As he finished, the first military vehicles crested the hill. Jack's heart pounded as he slid into the driver's seat, acutely aware of the alien presence beside him and the priceless artifact in his truck bed. "Hold on," he murmured to Zara. "Things are about to get complicated." As Jack started the engine, his mind raced with the magnitude of what was happening. In the span of an hour, he'd made first contact with an alien being, learned of potential threat to Earth, and was now effectively kidnapping an extraterrestrial while stealing a spaceship. He took a deep breath, steeling himself for what was to come. One thing was certain: his life, and possibly the fate of the entire planet, had just changed forever. As he pulled away, headlights illuminating the desert night, Jack couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning of a much larger adventure. The military vehicles grew larger in his rearview mirror, and Jack pressed down on the accelerator. He didn't know where he was going or what he would do next, but he knew he couldn't let Zara fall into the wrong hands. Whatever was coming, they would face it together, one human scientist and one alien scout, united by circumstance and the unknown challenges that lay ahead. As the desert night engulfed them, Jack glanced at his alien passenger. Zara met his gaze, those large eyes reflecting a mix of fear, gratitude, and something else, a spark of hope. In that moment, Jack realized that despite their differences, they were now in this together. Two beings from different worlds, brought together by chance and choice, now held the fate of both their peoples in their hands. The adventure had only just begun, and the stars above seemed to twinkle with the promise of an uncertain but exciting future. Quantum bonds. The old barn creaked under the weight of its extraordinary new occupants. Jack wiped sweat from his brow, stepping back to admire his handiwork. Zora's ship, now cobbled together with Earth technology, hummed with an otherworldly energy. Quantum entanglement drive stabilized. Zora's thought voice echoed in Jack's mind. The alien's iridescent skin shimmered as six-fingered hands danced over holographic controls. Jack grinned, still marveling at how quickly they'd bonded over the past week. I still can't believe we managed to integrate my old quantum computer with your ship's systems. Your primitive technology, Zora's mental voice held a touch of amusement, is surprisingly adaptable. Their progress had been remarkable, but a shadow loomed over their achievements. Earth remained unaware of the impending threat, and Zora's people were still en route, believing their scout to be carrying out the original, nefarious mission. We need to test the long-range quantum communicator, Jack said, moving to a jury-rigged console. If we can warn both Earth's governments and your people about the deception, we might prevent a war. Zora's large, almond-shaped eyes blinked rapidly, a sign of anxiety Jack had come to recognize. The collective will not easily abandon their plans. Resources are scarce in our star system. Then we'll have to give them a reason to listen, Jack replied, his mind racing with possibilities. Your ship's database mentions something called zero-point energy. If we could harness that… Zora's eyes widened. Impossible. Zero-point energy manipulation is purely theoretical, even for my people. Jack's eyes twinkled with determination. Theory, meet human ingenuity. Over the next few days, their barn-turned-laboratory buzzed with activity. Jack's understanding of quantum mechanics, combined with Zora's advanced knowledge, led to breakthroughs that would have made Einstein weep. As they worked, a deeper connection formed. Jack found himself mesmerized by Zora's grace and intelligence. The alien's perspective on the universe challenged everything he thought he knew. For Zora, Jack's boundless optimism and creativity were a revelation, so different from the rigid thinking of the collective. One evening, as twin moons rose in the holographic display of Zora's homeworld, Jack broached a subject that had been nagging at him. Zora, you mentioned that you were sent here. Were you given a choice? The alien was silent for a long moment. When the reply came, it was tinged with a sadness that transcended species. Choices, a complex concept for my people. We are connected, always. The will of the collective flows through us. Jack's heart ached at the implication. But you're an individual. Brilliant, unique. Surely you have your own desires, your own dreams. Zora's skin flickered with patterns Jack had never seen before. Here with you, the thought voice whispered, I am learning what it means to be me. The air between them seemed to charge with unspoken emotion. Jack reached out, hesitating for just a moment before gently taking Zora's hand. The alien's skin was warm, almost electric to the touch. Whatever happens, Jack said softly, we're in this together. Their moment of connection was shattered by a sudden piercing alarm. The ship's sensors flashed urgent warnings. Multiple quantum signatures detected, Zora announced, rushing to the controls. A scouting party from the collective. They're entering the solar system. Jack's mind raced. How long do we have? Hours at most, Zora replied, fear evident in those large eyes. They will detect my ship's energy signature. We must act now. With grim determination, Jack nodded. Then let's give them a show they'll never forget. What followed was a frenzy of activity. Jack's quantum computer, integrated with Zora's ship, became the heart of their desperate plan. As the alien scouting party drew nearer, Earth's governments received an urgent encrypted message warning them of the impending arrival. Ready for this? Jack asked, his hand hovering over the activation switch. Zora placed a six-fingered hand over his. Together came the thought voice, filled with a mix of fear and exhilaration. They threw the switch. The barn was engulfed in a dazzling sphere of energy. Jack felt a moment of vertigo as space itself seemed to twist around them. Zora's ship, enhanced beyond its original design, tapped into the very fabric of the quantum realm. Outside, the night sky blazed with newborn stars, miniature zero-point reactors scattering throughout the solar system. To the approaching alien scouts, it would appear as if humanity had mastered energy production beyond their wildest dreams. "It's working," Jack exclaimed, watching the sensor readings. "They're halting their approach." Zora's thoughts flowed rapidly, translating the quantum communications. They are confused, alarmed. This level of technology was not expected. Through their makeshift quantum communicator, Jack broadcast a message to the scout ships, letting his passion and determination flow into every word. "Beings of the collective, we welcome you in peace. We know of your resource needs, and we offer collaboration, not conflict. The universe is vast, with wonders we are only beginning to understand. Together, we can explore it, learn from each other, and create a future of abundance for both our peoples." There was an agonizing moment of silence. Then, slowly, the scout ships began to retreat. Zora's eyes shimmered with emotion. "They are withdrawing to report to the collective. Your words, they were heard." Jack let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding. It's not over yet, but it's a start. As the adrenaline of the moment faded, the reality of what they'd accomplished began to sink in. Earth's governments would be scrambling to understand the sudden appearance of advanced technology in their solar system. The collective would be reevaluating their entire mission. And in a barn in the middle of nowhere, a human and an alien stood on the precipice of a new era for both their species. Jack turned to Zora, seeing his own mix of exhaustion and elation mirrored in those alien eyes. "So," he said with a lopsided grin, "what do we do now?" Zora's reply came not in words, but in a surge of emotion, gratitude, admiration, and something deeper, something that made Jack's heart race. As they stood there, surrounded by the glow of impossible technology, both knew that their journey was far from over. Challenges lay ahead, explaining their actions to Earth's leaders, negotiating with the collective, bridging the gap between two vastly different civilizations. But in that moment, with the stars shining down on a world forever changed, Jack and Zora felt ready to face whatever the universe had in store. Two beings from different worlds, brought together by chance and choice, now stood as the architects of a future neither could have imagined alone. The barn's door creaked open, revealing a dawn breaking over a changed Earth. As the first rays of sunlight spilled in, Jack and Zora stepped out together, hand in hand, ready to face the new day and the endless possibilities it held. Cosmic diplomacy. The United Nations General Assembly Hall buzzed with an energy unlike anything in human history. Representatives from every nation on Earth sat in tense anticipation, their eyes fixed on the podium where an unlikely pair stood ready to address the world. Jack straightened his tie, acutely aware of the weight of the moment. Beside him, Zora's iridescent skin shimmered under the bright lights, drawing gasps and murmurs from the assembled delegates. "People of Earth," Jack began, his voice steady despite his racing heart, "today, we stand at the threshold of a new era for humanity." Zora's thought voice, now broadcast through a specially designed neural interface, resonated through the hall. "And for my people, the collective, it is a time of great change and reflection." Over the next hour, they laid out the incredible story of first contact, betrayal, and cooperation that had led to this moment. Holographic displays showed the quantum energy grid now protecting Earth, a testament to the power of human-alien collaboration. "We face a choice," Jack continued, passion evident in every word. "We can view the universe as a place of scarcity, leading to conflict and destruction, or we can embrace a future of abundance, exploration, and mutual growth." Zora's large eyes swept across the audience. "My people have long believed that expansion and resource acquisition were necessary for survival. But through my experiences here, I have seen another way. Humanity's creativity, adaptability, and capacity for cooperation offer a new path forward for both our species." The assembly hall erupted in a cacophony of questions and exclamations. Jack raised his hands, calling for calm. "We understand your concerns and fears, but consider the possibilities. interstellar travel, clean, limitless energy, medical advancements beyond our wildest dreams. All of this and more is within our grasp if we choose to work together. As the implications sank in, a sense of awe settled over the gathering. The President of the United States stood, her voice filled with cautious optimism. Dr. Harrison, Zara, you've given us much to consider. But how can we be certain that the rest of the collective will agree to peaceful cooperation? Jack nodded to Zara, who activated a holographic display. The image of a massive crystalline structure appeared, the collective's central hub. Even now, Zara explained, quantum entanglement is allowing my people to experience this moment through me. They are witnessing humanity's potential firsthand, and they are intrigued. Suddenly, the hologram flickered, expanding to fill the entire hall. Delegates gasped as they found themselves surrounded by the image of the collective's vast chamber. Thousands of beings, similar to Zara but each unique, regarded the humans with evident curiosity. A voice somehow both singular and multifaceted echoed through the neural interface. People of Earth, we are the collective. We have observed your resilience, your ingenuity, and your capacity for growth. We propose an exchange, not of resources, but of knowledge and culture. Together, we may unlock the secrets of the cosmos. The hall erupted in applause and cheers. Diplomats hummed, some wept with joy. Centuries of wondering if humanity was alone in the universe had culminated in this moment of unity and hope. As the excitement swirled around them, Jack turned to Zara, his eyes shining with emotion. "We did it," he said softly. Zara's voice was warm, tinged with an affection that transcended species. "No, Jack, you did it. Your unwavering belief in cooperation, in the potential for good, it changed everything." Their moment was interrupted by a flurry of activity. World leaders approached, eager to begin discussions on the practicalities of this new interstellar partnership. In the days that followed, Earth became a hive of activity. The quantum energy grid was expanded, providing clean power to even the most remote regions. Zara's ship, once hidden in a barn, became the centerpiece of a new international research center dedicated to advancing human-alien technologies. But amidst the whirlwind of diplomatic meetings and scientific breakthroughs, Jack and Zara found moments of quiet reflection. One evening, as they stood on the balcony of their New York hotel, overlooking a city transformed by the promise of a cosmic future, Jack voiced a question that had been nagging at him. "Zara," he said, turning to face his alien companion, "where do we go from here? Once the initial excitement dies down, once the real work of building this partnership begins, what happens to us?" Zara's skin rippled with patterns that Jack had come to recognize as deep emotion. "In my time on Earth, I have learned much about individuality, about forging one's own path." Those large, expressive eyes met Jack's gaze. "If you are willing, I would like to continue on this path with you." Jack's heart soared. He reached out, taking Zara's hand in his own. The warmth of their touch seemed to bridge the vast distances between their worlds, their species, their very ways of being. "I'd like that," Jack said softly, "more than anything." As they stood there, silhouetted against the glittering skyline, a shooting star streaked across the heavens. But unlike before, it didn't fill them with wonder about what might be out there. Now, it was a reminder of the infinite possibilities that lay ahead, for them, for humanity, and for the grand cosmic dance of civilizations they had set in motion. The future was unwritten, full of challenges and marvels beyond imagination. But whatever lay ahead, they would face it together, a union of two worlds, two hearts, and two spirits united in the greatest adventure the universe had ever known. As the star faded from view, Jack and Zara turned their gaze from the sky to each other, their eyes reflecting the promise of tomorrow. In that moment, they were no longer human and alien, but simply two beings in love, standing at the dawn of a new cosmic age. The story of Earth and the collective was just beginning, and Jack and Zara were ready to write the next chapter, hand in hand, heart to heart, across the stars. Quantum Odyssey. The starship Harmony hummed with energy as it prepared for its maiden voyage. Its sleek hull, a fusion of human and collective technology, gleamed in the artificial light of Earth's first orbital shipyard. Inside the bridge, Jack and Zara stood side by side, marveling at how far they'd come in just a few short years. "Quantum drive spooled and ready," announced Dr. Aisha Khan, the ship's chief engineer. Her fingers danced over holographic controls, fine-tuning systems that were once thought impossible. Captain Maria Chen nodded, her eyes sparkling with excitement. All stations report in. As the crew confirmed their readiness, Jack couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. The Harmony wasn't just a ship. It was a symbol of what humanity and the collective could achieve together. Its mission, to explore the farthest reaches of the galaxy, seeking out new life and new civilizations. Zara's thought voice resonated with a mix of anticipation and nostalgia. "I never imagined, when I crash-landed on Earth, that I would be returning to the stars like this." Jack squeezed her hand, marveling at how natural the gesture had become. "We've come a long way from that barn in New Mexico." Captain Chen's voice cut through their moment of reflection. "Dr. Harrison, Zara, are you ready to make history?" Zara nodded in agreement. "The potential for discovery here is immense. We must seize this opportunity." As the Harmony edged closer to the anomaly, the view through the main viewport shifted. The swirling colors of quantum space gave way to a shimmering, opalescent membrane that seemed to ripple with otherworldly energy. "My God," Jack breathed, "is that a boundary between universes?" Zara confirmed, her thought voice tinged with awe. "We're looking at the very fabric of the multiverse." Suddenly, the ship shuddered violently. Alarms blared as systems fluctuated under the strain of the intense quantum energies surrounding them. "We're being pulled in," Captain Chen shouted over the chaos. "All hands, brace for transdimensional shift." As the Harmony was enveloped by the shimmering barrier, Jack reached out and took Zara's hand. In that moment, as they stood on the precipice of a journey into the unknown, he was struck by how far they'd come. From a chance encounter in the New Mexico desert to the threshold of other universes, their bond had only grown stronger. The ship gave one final lurch, and then silence. The alarms ceased, and an eerie calm settled over the bridge. Slowly, the viewport cleared, revealing a sight that took their breath away. Before them stretched a vast cosmic web, each strand a universe unto itself, glowing with the light of billions of galaxies. "Where are we?" Captain Chen whispered, her voice filled with wonder. Zara's response came in a hushed thought voice. "Not where, Captain, when. We have transcended not just space, but time itself. We are witnessing the birth and death of universes, the entire cosmic dance of creation." As the crew of the Harmony gazed out at the infinite tapestry of realities before them, Jack turned to Zara. In her alien eyes, he saw reflected the same sense of wonder, love, and limitless possibility that he felt in his own heart. "Ready for our next adventure?" he asked with a smile. Zara's skin shimmered with patterns of joy and excitement. "With you, my love, always." Together, they faced the greatest frontier of all, not just the vastness of space, but the endless possibilities of the multiverse. As the Harmony prepared to embark on a journey beyond imagination, Jack and Zara stood united, a bridge between species, between worlds, and now between realities. Their love, born of an unexpected encounter and forged in the fires of adversity, had become a beacon of hope for both their peoples. Now it would light the way through the uncharted waters of the multiverse, a testament to the power of connection across the cosmic divide. The adventure was only just beginning, and the multiverse awaited, echoes of eternity. The Harmony drifted through the cosmic web, its hull shimmering with energy as it adapted to the mind-bending physics of the multiverse. Inside, the crew worked tirelessly to process the flood of data pouring in from every sensor and scanner. Jack stood before a holographic display, his eyes wide with wonder. "It's incredible." Each of these strands represents an entire universe, with its own laws of physics, its own history, its own possibilities. Zora's thought voice resonated with excitement. And look here, she gestured to a pulsating node where several strands intersected. This could be a nexus point, a place where multiple realities converge. Captain Chen approached, her face a mask of determination. Dr. Zora, we're picking up that signal again. It's stronger here, and it's changing. The bridge fell silent as a haunting melody filled the air. It was unlike anything they had ever heard, a symphony of quantum frequencies that seemed to resonate with the very fabric of reality. It's beautiful, Jack whispered, feeling the music vibrate through his entire being. Zora's skin rippled with complex patterns. It's more than that, Jack. It's a message, and a warning. As they listened, the crew began to decipher the intricate layers of the cosmic song. It spoke of ancient civilizations that had risen and fallen across countless realities, of a threat so vast it consumed entire universes, and of a desperate plan to preserve the multiverse itself. My God, Dr. Khan breathed, her voice trembling. They're talking about a multiversal collapse, a cascade failure that could unravel the very fabric of existence. The implications were staggering. The mission of the Harmony had suddenly expanded beyond exploration. They now faced a crisis that threatened not just their own universe, but all of reality. Jack turned to Zora, seeing his own mix of fear and determination reflected in her alien eyes. We have to do something. But what can one ship do against a threat of this magnitude? They exchanged a look of mutual understanding. This voyage wasn't just about exploration. It was a testament to the power of trust, cooperation, and love across the cosmic divide. Ready as we'll ever be, Captain, Jack replied with a grin. Then let's light his candle, Chen announced. Engage quantum drive. The ship shuddered as reality itself seemed to bend around them. Stars streaked into lines, then swirled into a kaleidoscope of color. The Harmony pierced the veil between normal space and the quantum realm, riding waves of probability to distances once thought unreachable. As Earth faded from view, replaced by the swirling beauty of quantum space, the crew settled in for their journey. But this was no ordinary spaceflight. The Harmony's unique design allowed it to tap into the underlying fabric of the universe itself. Days passed in a blur of scientific discovery and cultural exchange. The human crew marveled at the collective's vast knowledge base, accessible through the ship's quantum-entangled database. In turn, Zora and the other collective representatives on board were constantly amazed by humanity's adaptability and innovative thinking. One evening, as the ship cruised through a particularly spectacular region of quantum space, Jack found Zora in the observation lounge. The alien's skin rippled with patterns of deep contemplation. Credit for your thoughts? Jack asked, settling in beside her. Zora's large eyes turned to him, filled with an emotion that transcended species. I was reflecting on the nature of connection, Jack. My people have always been linked through the collective consciousness. But what we've achieved here, this blending of our cultures and minds, it's something entirely new. Jack nodded, understanding the profound implications. The Harmony wasn't just exploring outer space, it was charting the uncharted territories of interspecies cooperation and understanding. Their conversation was interrupted by an urgent call from the bridge. Dr. Harrison, Zora, you're needed immediately. We've detected something unprecedented. Racing to the bridge, they found the crew gathered around a pulsating holographic display. Captain Chen's face was a mask of awe and confusion. We've picked up a signal, she explained, but it's like nothing we've ever encountered. It's not just transmitting through quantum space, it seems to be originating from, between realities. Zora's skin flickered with excited patterns. Impossible. Unless. Jack, remember our theories about quantum foam and multiple dimensions. Jack's eyes widened as he grasped the implication. You mean? We may have just detected a message from another universe, Zora confirmed. The bridge erupted in a flurry of activity. This discovery was beyond anything they had anticipated. It had the potential to rewrite everything they thought they knew about the nature of reality itself. As the crew worked feverishly to decode the signal, Jack and Zara found themselves at the heart of humanity's greatest adventure. Their unique partnership, born of an unlikely encounter on Earth, had led them to the brink of unlocking the multiverse. "Whatever we find," Jack said softly, his eyes meeting Zara's, "we'll face it together." Zara's thought voice was warm with affection and excitement. "Always, my love, across stars, dimensions, and realities." The harmony surged forward, riding waves of quantum probability towards a rendezvous with the unknown. As they approached the source of the mysterious signal, the ship's sensors began to pick up readings that defied explanation. "Energy levels are off the charts," Dr. Khan reported, her voice filled with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. "We're detecting spatial anomalies unlike anything in our databases." Captain Chen turned to Jack and Zara. "Your recommendations?" Jack exchanged a quick glance with Zara before responding. "We came out here to explore, to push the boundaries of what's possible. I say we proceed, but with extreme caution." Zara's thought voice was resolute. "We are more than just one ship, Jack. We represent the combined knowledge and spirit of two civilizations. If anyone can find a solution, it's us." Captain Chen nodded, her voice ringing with authority. "All right, people. We've trained for the unknown, but this is beyond anything we could have imagined. I need options, and I need them now." What followed was a whirlwind of activity. The crew of the Harmony, human and collective alike, poured every ounce of their collective knowledge and creativity into finding a solution. Days blurred into weeks as they traversed the cosmic web, gathering data and piecing together the puzzle of multiversal stability. They encountered echoes of long-lost civilizations, witnessed the birth and death of universes, and pushed the boundaries of their understanding to the breaking point. Through it all, Jack and Zara's bond deepened. Their unique partnership, a bridge between species and now between realities, became the cornerstone of the mission. Where human intuition faltered, collective wisdom stepped in. Where alien logic reached its limits, human creativity found a way forward. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of searching, they found their answer in the most unexpected of places, within themselves. "Don't you see?" Jack exclaimed, his eyes alight with revelation. "The music, the signal, it's not just a warning, it's a key." Zara's thought voice hummed with excitement. "Of course, the quantum resonance of our minds, the very thing that allows us to communicate across species, could be amplified to stabilize the multiverse itself," Jack finished. The plan they devised was audacious, blending cutting-edge science with concepts that bordered on the mystical. The Harmony would position itself at the nexus point, using its quantum drive to channel the combined consciousness of the crew. This focused thought energy would be broadcast across the cosmic web, creating a stabilizing resonance throughout the multiverse. As they made their final preparations, Jack found a moment alone with Zara in the observation lounge. The swirling colors of the cosmic web painted patterns across her iridescent skin. "Zara," he said softly, taking her hands in his, "if this works, it's going to change everything. Not just for us, but for all of existence." Zara's large eyes met his, filled with an emotion that transcended species and realities. "Whatever happens, Jack, know that meeting you, loving you, has been the greatest adventure of my life." Their lips met in a kiss that seemed to bridge not just the gap between their species, but between all the infinite possibilities of the multiverse. The moment was interrupted by Captain Chen's voice over the intercom. "All hands to stations. We're about to make history or unmake it." As they took their positions on the bridge, a sense of calm determination settled over the crew. The Harmony maneuvered into position at the heart of the nexus, its quantum drive pulsing with energy. "All systems ready," Dr. Khan reported. "Quantum field stabilized," added Zara. Captain Chen took a deep breath. "Let's save reality, people. Initiate the resonance cascade." Jack closed his eyes, focusing his thoughts. He felt Zara's consciousness brush against his, then the minds of the entire crew joining in a symphony of thought and emotion. The ship hummed with power as it channeled their combined will into the very fabric of the multiverse. Reality itself seemed to hold its breath. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, slowly, gloriously, the cosmic web began to stabilize. Fraying strands of reality knit themselves back together. The music of creation swelled to a triumphant crescendo. On the bridge of the harmony, tears of joy and relief flowed freely. They had done it. Against all odds, a small crew of humans and aliens had saved not just their own universe, but all of existence. As the euphoria of their success washed over them, Jack turned to Zara. In her alien eyes, he saw reflected all the wonder, love, and infinite possibility of the multiverse they had just saved. "So," he said with a grin, "ready for our next adventure?" Zara's skin shimmered with patterns of joy and excitement. "With you, my love, always." As the harmony prepared to journey back to their home universe, Jack and Zara stood united, a living bridge between species, between worlds, and now between realities. Their love, born of an unexpected encounter and forged in the crucible of cosmic crisis, had become a beacon of hope for all of existence. The multiverse stretched out before them, an endless tapestry of worlds to explore, civilizations to meet, and wonders to discover. And at the heart of it all, a love that transcended the very boundaries of reality itself. Their greatest adventure was just beginning.